Y'all want to know what's really sad? I've been working on learning how to draw painterly for years, and I still have not figured it out. But, I think I found the secret. It's yellow, and welcome to this side of YouTube. My name is Nikki, and today I'm starting a 3 or more part series, however it turns out, on how to draw painterly, or at least how I'm gonna figure out how to draw painterly. And yeah, what are we doing today? Stick around and find out. But I've decided to redraw this piece over the course of the series since I was really proud of it when I made it, like really proud of it. And I still kind of like the concept today, so hopefully I can do it better now than I did back then. Otherwise, that'd be really embarrassing, since that would show that I haven't improved at all since I made it. So here are my big improvement points for this piece. Firstly, it's anatomy, which I know I've improved on since I've done this piece, so hopefully that will be an easy box to check off. Second are the colors. You know, I liked the red that I chose for the background, and that was it. So maybe we should work on our color picking skills. And thirdly, forms and shapes. I want you to actually like looking at this piece. You know, I want it to be pleasing to look at. So maybe with forms and shapes, I'd include maybe some like brush variety, you know, hard and soft edges, you know, something to give it a bit more substance, make it a bit pleasant to look at maybe. And fourth box, it's, I don't know, anything else that I can think of that I want to improve. We'll see down the line if I think of anything. Okay, so newsflash, this is my first time doing a full painterly style that's not just practice. So I need to make some roughs and get some inspiration. So step one is looking through my Instagram and finding some references that I would like to take inspiration for, basically like a mood board. And luckily I have just the thing for you. So here we are on the gallery I have saved for everything that I like art related that I find on Instagram. And here I'm just looking for something with interesting colors, shapes, or whatever else. I really like the blues and the fine line art of this piece, so maybe I could go for something similar with cool tones. I was thinking of making the main character cool tone, so maybe I'll take inspiration from this. I just like looking at it. And then this artist, I really like how they do their thing, you know? I feel like it has this rough, like with the brushwork here, I really like how the brushwork looks, but at the same time it looks kind of like smooth, you know? Like, I don't know, I just really like it. I like how it looks. Honestly feel like this is just an excuse for me to share cool artists with y'all, and you know what, I'm honestly not complaining. I like how this artist has like these blues and purples in the shadows. So good. I tried doing that in one of my other pieces. If y'all know which piece I'm talking about, wow, you have been watching my stuff for a long time, but I really like this. This artist, oh my goodness, I love this character so much. Literally so attractive. You know, when I see their design on my feed, I'm like, when will I ever? They're so pretty. But yeah, I just really like everything, you know? I think maybe something that I might steal from here is how they shade their gold. That is so pretty. This is not like the other characters I've stolen, but I really like the shape language here. So maybe gonna steal some shape design tips from here. Oh yeah, and all the artists I'm taking reference from, y'all should go check them out and follow them, please. Do yourself a favor. You know, drawing like this is something that I probably will never be able to do anytime soon because my direction is different from this perfection right here. But you know, I like the idea of it. Like, you know, if someday I could draw like this, I'd be really happy. Now, that's probably not today, but either way, I'm gonna still look up to it. And of course, if you're talking about lineless or just art in general, you can't really forget about WOP in general. I just really like how he makes everything. His process isn't something that like I have succeeded in like emulating, but I just love it. So I'm gonna steal this. I'm just gonna take it. All right, so we have the mood board here in clip, and you know what? I think it doesn't look cohesive. But you know what? That doesn't matter. I have a bunch of cool art I can look at now to make me feel inspired, and hopefully I'll be able to finish this piece and won't just scrap this video when I realize that it's too hard and I can't do it. But here we go. And I have all the artists and their piece over here on the side, since you know what, we gotta give credit. These people work hard on what they do and they deserve to get the payout. There we go. So here we are, and you know what? I'm feeling pretty inspired. Like, I want to start drawing right now, but I know that's a bad idea because I still don't know what colors I'm going to use. So next is the color palette. Alright, so this is the first color palette I got, and you know what? It's not exactly what I'm looking for. It doesn't exactly fit the vibes as what I had before, so let's try a new one. Okay, this one's much more toned down, and I don't know, I'm not really digging it. You see, I think this one has potential, maybe, kind of, sort of, maybe. I don't know, I'll save it for now. Okay, I think I really like this one. There's something about it that really like vibes with what I had before, except it's, you know, a little bit different. I like the red. And I think maybe I could experiment with making the character have more like blue toned. And honestly, I think this is good enough. I don't think I need to look through a million palettes because I really like this one. So I think maybe this or this. I think I'll find a good healthy mix between the two. And yeah, we're good to go. Alright, y'all saw the color palettes and I put them on my mood board. And now it's on to the last thing for this video, which is thumbnails and colored thumbnails. And you know, I never usually do this step in my regular art, which is weird since my like regular illustrations usually take me a while, and you'd think that I'd do some sort of prep work for them. No, I am not smart. But I do thumbnails for all of my comic stuff and color thumbnails for some of it, which is weird, but oh well. So while I'm drawing this, some of you might have noticed that I have done a video on the old piece before. And if you saw it, no you didn't. You did not see it. This video, erase it from your mind if you ever saw it. Now I can't stop you from watching it, but just to let you know, it's a pretty old video. And there's something about my old videos that I wish others to not see. Like, they're not bad per se, just, you know, they're not that good. And I have this big plan, like, which is kind of why I made this video too. I have this big plan to redraw all my old art from my old videos so that people won't have to see the old videos and they just go to the newer ones instead. Since I've gotten much better at this whole YouTube thing, I'm much more entertaining and funny and relatable and quirky and not like other girls. So I'm just overall a better person. But I'll take the watch time. If you want to watch the old videos, I'll take the watch time. I'm not gonna complain. But I digress. Let's talk about the thumbnails. Yeah, let's talk about the thumbnails. Alrighty, so for these thumbnails, well, I did one sketch and I was like, you know what, that's good enough. Let's get some colors down for this, since I didn't really know what I was doing. So I made a quick sketch and I'm like, let's put down some colors. What do we want? And honestly, I'm really happy with like most of all of them. But the thing is that I like too many, you know. The thing is, I'm indecisive, and now I discovered why I don't do colored thumbnails, because I start making them and I'm like, oh, these are okay, and then I keep making them and then they get better, and then as they get better, I'm like, well, I like this one, and this one. Which one do I pick? Which one do I pick? So if y'all have a thumbnail that you like better or best, let me know, because right now I'm at a standstill where I'm like, I like a lot of these, but I know I can't make like 9 drawings of the same thing. Your girl doesn't have that kind of patience. It'll probably be good for me to practice rendering by like doing that, but like, no thank you. So yeah, I actually had a lot of fun doing this. It was just like mixing and matching. Like by the I don't know, maybe the third thumbnail, I was like, yeah, I want this kind of color scheme. Let's see how I can mix and match it to make it work for me. And there's a lot of mixing, a lot of matching, and then I alternated between like red backgrounds or white backgrounds and how I wanted contrast stuff to work. And honestly, I might be partial to the red background since I don't know, I have a thing for red backgrounds, like bright red backgrounds. They're just so sexy. I don't know what it is about them, but I love them. But I also like the white backgrounds since they allow for a lot of contrast with the hands and like the hair. But then red backgrounds. But honestly, later on in the thumbnails, I was really having trouble with contrast because say I had a red background, right? And I had dark hair, that's fine. And then maybe I made the hands light, and then the light hands would contrast nicely off of the dark red background and the dark hair. But then the hands that are like in front of the skin, they wouldn't have as much contrast as the other places, you know? And I mean, that's fine and all, but contrast is so sexy. I want contrast, but there's not a lot of contrast in the stuff I'm doing, which is a problem. But you live and you learn. And I don't know, at this point I'm thinking of making the hands two different colors, maybe a slightly lighter one where the hands meet like the backgrounds and the hair, and like darker ones, darker floating hands where it meets the skin. But I don't know, it all depends on which thumbnail I'm gonna use. So but if y'all would like to give me a hand, which I would totally appreciate, by the way, thank you, please leave your comments down below. YouTube engagement, please. But let me know which thumbnail you like, honestly, because I am at a standstill. I was planning on picking a thumbnail by the end of this video and saying, haha, here's the end result, guys. Here's the thumbnail I picked. But then honestly, I don't know which one I like the best. And yeah. But I'm really happy with these colors. It's like red, black, and white, which is like pretty simple, but I feel like, I don't know how to explain this, but compared to the last one, it feels like I know what I'm doing more. Like I have a direction. I have something I want out of this piece. Whereas the first one, it's like, yeah, the colors aren't bad, but like, they could be better. They could be better. I just think that the thumbnails I did right now are more decisive. Like, hey, I want this to be a red. I want this to be a gray. I want this to be a black. I want this to be really dark. You know, it just feels like I know what I want compared to the previous one, which I didn't know what I want. Boy, color picking for that one was a mess, a nightmare. So at the end, I had 9 thumbnails. Pick whichever one you liked. And yeah, I think they're all pretty good. I think they're all pretty good. So yeah, that's it for the thumbnails. But then I was about to stop there. My original plan for this video was to stop at the thumbnails, but I'm like, who wants to see just thumbnails, you know? Let's be a little spicy with it. So I decided to do some preliminary sketches. So these sketches aren't anything really like superb. And just to let you know, me doing my thumbnails was my warm-up for the day. I wasn't warmed up very well for these sketches, but that's okay. So the first one didn't turn out that good. It's okay. I wanted to do this like sort of like head tilted down, like looking up at the camera. But then I was like, wait, she has no pupils. She doesn't have any pupils. I can't really give it that creepy atmosphere where it looks like she's like staring into your soul, because she's kind of staring everywhere. So I'm like, okay, maybe not that. But it was a good warm-up sketch. I didn't really like how it turned out. The proportions are whack. Anatomy is whack as well. But whatever. It was just a practice. But you know what I did like were the sketches after that. So the next one, I decided to do this sort of like looking down, but like eyes are looking up. I have a really hard time with this angle. I don't know why I chose it, but I thought it looked really cool, so I did it anyways. And yeah, and it was at this point where I was like, maybe I should start playing more with like shapes. I want to have some really good shapes for this piece coming up. So I was like, maybe let's make the hair more blocky. Let's make the eyes triangles, you know, let's play around with that. So by the time I was done with this piece, I'm like, let's try to be more shapely. And then I moved on to the third sketch I did, which was, it's a little bit more true to the original, because for sketch number 2, her hair is like not slightly, it's very much long. Very much, is that a phrase? Her hair is much longer than the first drawing, which I'm like, I was experimenting with, because I'm like, if I have longer hair and I put some of the hands in front of the hair, I could get really good contrast that way. So I was just playing around. I'm like, long hair, short hair, maybe not. But for the third sketch, I was like, let's try to be close to the original. I made the head look the same way. I kind of sort of the same angle, but I kind of exaggerated it a little, making it, you know, look up a bit more wild in the eyes, you know, a bit feral, kind of has rabies. But that was the vibe we were going for, you know, a bit out of the ordinary. And I really like the third sketch. I like the energy there, and I feel like it is closer to the original, but I don't know if it being closer to the original makes it better, or if I like the second sketch more. So I'm gonna need your guys' help again, because I am not good at making decisions. So if you like the second sketch, let me know. If you like the third sketch, let me know. Otherwise, I don't know. I'll just do it on the fly in the next part of the series, where I'm like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one do I like better? And that will be the fate of this drawing. So let me know. Let me know your thoughts. But I think that this is it for this part of the series. I was just doing a lot of prep work, figuring out what I really need. This is a video that I know it might not be the most exciting thing in the world, you know, thumbnails, picking out colors, you know, getting references, but it's something that I always skip in my illustrations that I want to get better at doing. So I hope this inspires you to actually plan your illustrations. I know you comic creators out there plan your comics, which is great. Keep doing what you're doing, but do the same thing with your illustrations. Have that kind of energy. Make me proud. Because I'm disappointing myself. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it was kind of short. I don't know if it was short or long, but I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're looking forward to the next parts of this series. And yeah, that's it. I've been rambling for a while. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you for watching up until this point of the video. You are my favorite person ever. Thank you for watching all of it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, y'all. Ciao.